Halt, friend or foe?
Friend.
Anyone can say that. I don't know you. What do you want here?
I want in there.
Really? That'll cost you, though. 500 gold pieces.
Huh? For what?
Don't make such a fuss. There's plenty of stuff here in camp that might interest you. You got some gold, haven't you?
What are you doing here?
What does it look like? I must see to it that these miserable wretches gets the palisade built in time. If they don't, Captain Greg will kick my ass all over the place. Also, I keep strangers from traipsing in here just like that.
Greg's your boss?
He sure is, and is Captain Greg to you. Have I made myself clear? He's a great man. If you meet him, be careful not to get on the wrong side of him. You won't live long enough to regret it. He's not in the camp right now, though. Francis is in command for now. He sits in front of Greg's hut all day and goggles at us working.
What are you building the palisade for?
But we don't want to make it too easy for the bandits. Those bastards are getting more brazen all the time. They've been sneaking around our camp for days now, just like sharks after a shipwreck. Some of those good-for-nothings are holding up in the tower a little south of here. But that's only an advance party, I'm sure. If they're really stupid enough to mount an attack, we'll give them a welcome they won't forget.
Why would the bandits attack you?
Because there's war between them and us. What did you think? Everything was peachy at first. We brought them here, they marched right into their swamp and left us alone. But now, those bastards attack anyone who's not one of them. Heaven knows what's gotten into them. I reckon they may be after our boats. There's no other way to get out of here after all. You should ask Skip about this. He's been with them and barely got away with his life. He's got quite an interesting tale to tell. Too bad you can't hear it, though. You haven't paid your toll after all.
About those bandits in the tower.
Yes?
They're a history.
Did you pull that off all by yourself? Respect! Maybe you'll even be a real pirate someday.
Can't we come to an agreement somehow?
Well, give me a good reason and I might make it cheaper for you.
I'm supposed to bring Morgan this meat.
Aha, and who sent you?
Alligator Jack. He says that Morgan is already waiting for it.
I see. Not in the mood himself, is he?
Malcolm sent me. He says the wood may take a while.
Oh, great, I might have known. It's taken forever again.
Let me in.
You brought me a message from our woodcutters. You want to play errand boy for Alligator Jack and bring the swamp rat meat to Morgan. And best of all, you got that varmint in the tower off our backs. I never thought you could do it all by yourself. 100 gold pieces, or you just get lost. It's as simple as that.
Good. Here's your gold.
Thanks. Welcome to our camp. If you were planning to sign on with us, lad, you're out of luck. Only the captain decides who gets to sign on in here, and he took half the crew and went to sea after booty. But you can stay until he's back, provided you don't cause any trouble here. Don't tell me you didn't know that.
I'm no better off
Hey!
myself.
What have we here? A fresh face, and not one of those filthy bandits, I hope. I'm Garrett. If there's anything you need, ask me first. I can get you almost anything. Wine, weapons, and other stuff you might need. Except for booze. If it's a decent drink you want, go see Samuel.
That's been known a lot.
Who's Samuel?
He's our moonshiner. He's got his cave on the beach, a little distance from the camp. You can't miss it. Just walk north. You'll be well advised to keep yourself supplied with grog. Some of the boys here aren't very fond of greenhorns at all, if you get my drift. A decent swig of grog can work wonders for you.
Will it ever change?
That's really not...
Where do you get your supplies?
Skip always brings loads of stuff from Corinus when he visits there. Until recently, he used to sell some of it directly to the bandits. But since we've been at war with the bandits, I'm the one who ends up with all the stuff now.
What do you know about the bandits?
You'd better ask Skip about that. He's been through quite a lot with that bunch. Let me tell you, Greg has given orders to do away with any bandit who shows up near the camp.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
You're Captain Greg. What's he like?
He's a tough old bastard, and no doubt about it. And greedy to the bone. He makes Francis, our treasurer, pay out not a penny more than what it takes to prevent a mutiny. And if one of us ever gets his hands on something really valuable, he'll inevitably take it for himself. I once took a compass from a royal frigate. That bastard Greg made me hand it over, of course. Bah, he probably buried it somewhere, just like the rest of his treasures.
I never knew that.
Where might Greg have buried that compass?
Greg once told me that death himself watches over my compass. Then he laughed.
Anything else?
There's a beach at the southern coast. It can only be reached by sea. Greg is said to have been there often. Maybe you'll find something there. I once went there to see what I might find myself, but the area is teeming with monsters. If you really want to give it a try, don't forget to bring a pick.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
What can you tell me about Francis?
Greg put him in command while he's gone. But Francis is a total failure as a leader. He can't even get Morgan to stir his lazy ass out of bed. Henry and his boys are the only ones doing anything around here. The others are just enjoying themselves instead of working. I can only hope that Greg will come back soon. He'll give them all a good swift kick in the ass.
I'd have done it differently.
Show me your wares.
Believe that?
Will it ever change?
That's all just gossip.
Yeah, he really said that.
I'm no better off myself.
I agree with you completely.
That's really not my problem.
That's not what I heard.
That's not what I heard.
Nothing amazes me anymore. Looky there, a newbie. And the landlubber at that. You're a bit scrawny for a pirate.
Can you teach me something?
Teach you? You bet. I could teach you to become stronger and improve your dexterity. But why would I want to do that?
Because I'll buy you a drink.
Not bad, kiddo. Got it. First try. But don't even bother to bring me some cheap rot gut.
I'll get you some grog.
Are you trying to poison me? I'm not touching that muck. Do you have any idea what's in there? Old Samuel has some good stuff as well. Go get me some of that. Have you ever tried Samuel's special recipe?
No, not yet.
Then have a go at it. It's a must try. Oh, I love this concoction.
Hey, you!
Really true.
New here, are you? Great. We can use every man.
Completely.
That's been known a long time.
How are things?
Right now,
telling you,
all's quiet in the camp, so I'm going to relax a
That
little.
was obvious all along.
And if I were you, I'd do the same. Since the band are here now, the situation may change faster than we like.
I'd have gone about it differently.
How are things?
you completely.
Right now, all's quiet in the camp, so I'm going to relax a little.
Completely.
And if I were you, I'd do the same.
You didn't know that.
Since the bandits are here now, the situation may change faster than we like.
I'm not telling you.
What do you
anything
know
new.
about the bandits?
You mean besides the fact that they're a deadly menace and outnumber us by far?
Yes?
Really not.
They're rolling in gold. Well, at least they were rolling in gold. They never paid for their last shipment. But I doubt that it's because those bastards ran out of gold. It's more likely that they've gotten way too big for their boots.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
Hey, you!
This heat by the fire makes me bloodthirsty. Say, have you got some grog for me?
Here, take a sip.
Thanks, man.
I'm no better off myself.
What have we here? Crossing the path of old Skip again? I know you. The bay near the city, remember?
Skip, right?
I see I made a lasting impression.
Never would have thought
But
of
I've seen your mug elsewhere in the meantime.
Is it really true?
But of course.
I'm no better off myself.
Oh well, not a great likeness, but it's certainly you. Don't let it get to you. My own wanted poster looks just as daft.
Yeah, he really said that.
What do you...
I've just come back from Corinus, and now I'm waiting for Greg to return.
I agree with you completely.
I saw Greg and Corinus.
Nobody
Really?
will learn anything.
Damn. Something must have gone wrong then.
I never knew.
He should have been here with our ship some time ago. I suppose I should go back to Corinus and wait for him there. But certainly not today. I only just arrived here.
Change.
What can you tell me about the bandits?
The bandits? They're attacking us!
Nobody.
Why
will
do you
learn
think
anything
we're
from
building
me.
this palisade? We brought those scumbags over here ourselves. We used to trade with them. Boy, let me tell you, they've got more gold than they'll ever know what to do with. They were prepared to pay any price for a bottle of rum. But those times are past. It's war now.
What happened?
Those bastards hadn't paid for their last shipment.
Differently.
So I went there to see what had become of our gold. But when I got to the swamp, the swine attacked me. And that's not all. They killed Angus and Hank, two of our best people. Just stay away from that swamp, I tell you. They'll go after anyone who doesn't look as shabby as they do.
Have you ever met Raven?
Certainly. When I was with Henry up at the gate, I watched Raven place some of his boys at the tower to the south.
That's all.
Just a stone's throw from our camp. I guess they're supposed to spy on us. I've also seen how he treats his people when they don't do his bidding. He'll make short shrift of anyone who doesn't obey his orders to the letter. Mark my words, stay well away from Raven.
That's not what I heard.
Tell me more about Angus and Hank.
Angus and Hank were supposed to meet with some bandits in front of the camp.
Not what I heard.
They were carrying all kinds of supplies. Everything those bastards had ordered from us. Forged steel and lockpicks and whatnot. But they never came back. The bandit swine must have done away with them. Morgan and Bill went out to look for them without any success. Bill was pretty devastated. They were both friends of his. He's still young. These things really get to him. The rest of us took it in our stride. The goods we can afford to lose. But the grog they were carrying... We're talking at least 20 bottles!
I agree with you completely.
I need bandits' armor.
You want to go in there? Are you insane? Once those guys find out you're not one of them, you're sausage meat.
Do you have any idea where I could find armor like that?
You don't give up easily, do you? All right. We used to have a suit. Greg's probably still got it somewhere, up in his hut. Maybe you can buy it from him when he gets back.
Can you tell me how to get into his hut?
Whoa there! Not so fast. You weren't thinking of ransacking Greg's stuff, were you? When he left, he gave the key to Francis and told him not to let anyone into his hut.
What can you tell me about Francis?
Francis is our treasurer. The captain trusts him. That's probably why he left him in command. But none of the boys here really take him seriously. If you want to know more, talk to Samuel. He's got his still in a little cave north of here. There isn't a soul in this camp Samuel doesn't know all kinds of things about.
Even know how to hold a sword.
That'll never change.
Have you got anything to sell?
If you want to trade, go to Garrett. He's in dry supplies.
That was no big deal.
That's not what I heard.
Tell me that isn't true. He simply needs to practice more. Been there, done that.
That's all just gossip.
Tell me that isn't true.
Is it really true?
There's more, believe me. Tell me that isn't true.
I'm here to deliver some meat.
I need a sip to wake me up. That's better. So again, what do you want?
I'm here to deliver some meat. From Alligator Jack?
I remember. Right. The meat. Give it here.
What do you think of Francis?
I don't mind him, as long as he leaves meal.
Isn't he the boss around here?
He thinks he's the boss. But at some point, Greg will return, and then Francis gets to go back to sawing planks.
About Angus and Hank.
Oh, don't remind me of them. They probably got themselves killed by bandits, and Angus had my ring on him. Well, Shaw, it was his ring, in a way. He won it from me playing dice, but I would have gotten it back, and now it's gone. If you find my ring, bring it back to me. I'd certainly make it up to you.
What are you doing here?
Greg made me commander of one of the 2 raiding troops. I'm responsible for keeping the camp supplied. Alligator Jack sees to that. I'm also responsible for keeping those beasts you find out here well away from the camp. That's what the boys do.
I told him I don't want to see a single beast left around here when Greg comes back.
Do you ever do anything yourself?
Hey, none of that lip. Mine is the most important task of all. I train my people. I make them into the best and most fearless fighters who ever sailed these waters. And it's not like the lads do all that work for nothing. They get a good-sized bag of gold for their efforts.
I want to join your troop.
My troop? My troop is hanging out at the beach. Those boys won't lift a finger until the captain is back. You can count on that. But if you want to show everybody what you're made of, feel free to work on the northern beach. It's full of lurkers and who knows what else.
Take them on by yourself, and you'll earn the respect of the people.
Welcome to my troop. I'll go lie back down.
Hey, you!
Ah, a new face. What do you want, rum or something stronger?
I want to talk to you about Francis.
Just don't mention that wannabe captain. He sits on his fat ass all day acting important. We'd all like to know what the hell the captain was thinking when he put him in command here. What do you want from that prig?
I must get into Greg's hut.
Really? To do what?
I need a bandit's armor.
Ha ha! Francis will never agree to let you go into the hut so that you can nab a few of Greg's things. Unless...
Yes?
You've got something he really wants. I know that Francis has hidden something in an abandoned mine in the canyon. Once, when we were on guard duty together and he dozed off as always, he went on about it in his sleep. I've no clue what he buried there, but maybe it's so important to him that he'll let you into the hut to get it back. When the captain comes back and finds some of his things are missing, he'll have Francis's hide for it.
What else have you got?
I can get you anything a pirate needs in order to survive.
I want something stronger.
Ah, a seeker. I'm always after new recipes myself. Decent booze should be clear and strong and burn your throat like liquid fire. You don't find that very often. But I'm talking too much. You want a drink? Here, my own recipe. How do you like that? I call it hasty herring.
Ooh, impressive.
You can say that again. You wouldn't happen to know a good recipe for booze yourself. If you do, you must tell me. Want another?
Give me some of your hasty herring.
Rather vile muck, but effective.
Give me some of your hasty herring.
Rather vile muck, but effective.
Give me some of your hasty herring.
Rather vile muck, but effective.
Give me some of your hasty herring.
Rather vile muck, but effective.
Give me some of your hasty herring.
Rather vile muck, but effective.